clocked in a 3-0 map scoreline. But anyways, folks, that was that. Our next matchup on the broadcast, like I said, Slane facing the side of Houston Spartans. And yes, it can be a pretty close one if you ask me honestly, because we have seen the side of Slane actually when we talk about the side of Hardpoint and when we talk about the side of Skyline map particularly, they have actually shown what kind of like a comeback they can do. Especially we did saw the side of Shifu, Rayo, and JV actually just going in for those kills back to back. And this is what exactly is going to happen in the first map against Houston Spartan as well. Of course, Houston Spartan did guard the first that in 3-point control of the hard point. Some of those points that was saw 35 pointers straight up coming up. But again, critical being the man to actually just go in, getting those kills, getting those frags, just left, right, and center. Dropping bodies on the floor, and that kind of a gameplay coming up from that lad, and that is going to result in Slane getting back the control of this hard point. For now, it's going to be the side of Houston Spartans to actually find some of the kills coming off from the side of Slap. Scare gets a double back-to-back. Critical, on the other hand, goes on to one the kitchen lobby. Drops one. Shifu comes in from the right and is going to get two. So good overall trade games happening in from both the teams. But again, it is if you take a look on the kind of like a trade games and the kind of like a I would say a back-to-back trade and back-to-back the players moving together to get those trade kills on the right spot is something like Slane did really do in the first map against Octane itself, and they kind of like play like that. They played together. They played very precisely to getting those counter trade and just getting those kills. They're just very good at it. But for the side of Houston Spartans, yes, right now they're struggling a lot, especially taking gunfight against Rayo and Critical. We do see them making them quick maneuvers on the first floor, but hasn't been that result that they are actually able to control the hard point for a long period of duration. So that is something that they need to figure out on this map of Skyline. But for the time now, folks, yes, it is going to be the bathroom lobby. One of the guys going to come in sliding. Busy goes down. A good kill coming in from the side of J with that AR. Slap knows it for a fact that he's just going to be right there, prone, using the movement, the infamous only movement, precisely, I would say. But at this point of time, it's going to be Houston Spartans to control the hard point for a couple of bit now. Almost 20 seconds left on the clock, making that to 15. Spartans are actually able to get in that lead. Not a huge lead, but they're slowly and steadily getting over there. Of course, the next hard point is going to change, and they have to figure something out very different. Massacre is just standing up here on the point, actually prone on that point. JV is going to toss that nade. He got to move his position. I was going to reveal himself, and that's going to be JV to secure that kill on VC. Massacre also goes down, getting thrown away from the side of Rayo. JV, again, I would say the same thing, folks, but we did saw in the previous matchup, Shifu, Rayo, and JV actually popping frags left, right, and center. This time around, it's going to be the side of Critical to actually lay one more hand in doing that job precisely and very perfectly. I don't see the side of Houston Spartans actually being on that very supreme kind of like a methodical play. They're getting those trade game right. They're doing those rotation right. Of course, rotation, everything is happening pretty well. But the overall, the trade games and the frags, overall kills, I would say, is definitely favoring in for the side of Slane. But it's going to be the side of Slane again to be the first team to actually go on toward the side of Jim Hardpoint, which is going to be the new one on the second floor. JVs are actually able to defend it pretty well. The point is just going to cross that 100 point marker pretty fast, but Houston are still suppressed on 97. I would not use the word still for the timing, because at this point of time they are actually having a tough fight. From the previous hardpoint, we have seen actually a fair bit of like a competition, fair bit of like that. The trade games happening pretty well from the side of Houston Spartans, making it to 142 now. Do you see that Massacre placing up that balcony play, gets that one, being able to destroy a couple of more, but he's actually gonna get he's actually going to get defeated in that gunfight against the side of JP. He comes in from behind, gets a double. Saint is able to actually get one, but Critical is going to be just right there to actually get two. A whole lot of bodies getting dropped on the floor from both sides, though. But again, it's going to be the side of Slain to actually control that entire hill for a pretty long duration. And that was like the just the side of Slain to actually cover it up till now, making the entire team on almost reaching down to 150 pointer. But Spartan is going to stop them pretty well. Critical kicking down the side of Wheezy. Master gets the side of Rayo. Critical actually trying to reclaim the entire scenario for themselves, and they're actually gonna do it precisely, if you ask me. But it's gonna be a whole lot of players happening on from the side of Spartans to be on the point. Slap and Vizzy are able to defend themselves, but Slap with that prone position gets one. Shifu's coming in from the lobby, are able to get down one, but no, you can't just cannot defeat Critical in a gunfight when he's especially playing it on that SMG. Trust me, he is too good with that SMG placement and entire gunfight scenarios. But for now, Houston Spartans back at it, making it 150 now as soon as possible. They're on the point. Prone strategies again in play. Asian gets one, but Shifu will take down the side of Massacre. Asian just right upon on the very close angle. The gunfight gets initiated. Couple of lit strategies, but that pistol. JV finds the second, and boy, oh boy, JV is on fire. 21 to 20, 20 to 18 for the side of Critical. The entire team of Slain is absolutely going bonkers, but Houston Spartans are playing in that smart game, if you ask me honestly. Houston Spartans are playing that really smart game to, hey, we are not going to be the team to actually play in that trade game as soon as possible. We are definitely going to be the team to actually be on the point when it's necessary, and be on the point to actually control the entire hill for a longer duration when you have a chance. So overall, a good strategy play from the side of Houston Spartans, but that has, Houston Spartans for a time being now, I feel like they need to step up their frag game as well, because if you're not able to actually defeat your opponent in a gunfight, it means that you're absent for the entire couple of seconds until the next respawn comes in, and the team will get their positional play. The team will actually play on that post control point, kind of like that strategy that they are able to just withstand you with anything you throw at them. Now it's going to be the 200 point marker getting crossed for the side of Slain. Of course, is going to be the pool area for the side of the both team to defend. Slain again going up back to the same point. It's going to be side of Houston Spartan to actually touch the point first, but a couple of players will be taken out from the house of Spartan. 158 to 208 now, crossing that 160 point marker. Can actually capitalize on a lot of that scenarios. Gets a double. Both of the players are making sure nobody stands in the lobby. The next point is going to go towards the side of Kitchen, if I'm not wrong, or maybe on the first floor. Yeah, that's going to be the new hard point. That's going to be on the first floor towards Gym. Apologies, folks. That's not Kitchen. I cannot differentiate between Kitchen and Gym. Maybe I need to go to the Gym a little bit more. Metaphor getting wasted, but apologies, folks. I was just trying to make up a joke. JV finds double. Wizzy is able to find JV 227 to 164. Boy, oh boy, it is not going to be such a close game, but definitely Spartans are making Slain, just making them a run for their money, if you ask me honestly. Houston Spartan back on the control. There's going to be the side of Gem. We do see a couple of players coming on from the upper lobby. Use that grapple. Go towards elevator stairs. Shifu finds double. Boy, oh boy, he is definitely, the entire team of Slain are just able to, just anticipate where all these players are coming from, honestly, if you see me. Now it's going to be 250 as soon as I speak, folks, and it's going to be the hard point. The first map, again, side of Houston Spartan, going to be one from the side of... Hey folks, we're back again, and of course there's going to be the second map on red card, and of course it is going to be the search and destroy. Right now I'm being joined alongside Mr. NG King on the caster desk, and as unfortunately Flash had some technical difficulties. So King, how are you, man? And welcome to the show.
I'm good. I'm excited for this matchup. From what I saw in the first map, should be a thriller here, as we see already a 2v3 early. Houston on the attack, trying to get onto this bomb site. Bomb is down though, so this is definitely going to be a tough retake. What do you know about these teams? I mean, these are two very early in the season teams. What are you seeing so far?
I mean, when we talk about like for today specifically, but it's actually the side of Slane, kind of like steamrolling one of the best teams that we have in the U18 Call of Duty game, Call of CDL U18, CDL tournaments. They kind of got 3-0 against Octane. So this is something like I haven't seen Slane kind of like playing this so strong. So I would definitely say that they're playing those practice games, kind of like screaming here and there, and they're just like in that zone for today, if you ask me honestly. But yeah, that particular one round again going in for the side of Slane, and now in the second map they have already secured the first map of Hardpoint, and kind of like being in not in the not in the mindset of like giving a two away, control to their opponent team, just being that team to actually win a lot of that gunfight and actually be that kind of like that formation that every time around there's somebody to actually win that trade game. So Slane is definitely that team who is kind of like looking their way to end this one pretty quick, if you ask me honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Red card can be a map that they can definitely play the numbers effectively. As we see Ascent here snaking his way, JV should pick this up. He's down on this hard point where P4 is on hard point, and you'd think they'd pick this up, but they're going to get the bomb down. They do pick up Ascent there, and now bomb down 2v3 here. Can Houston pull off what is going to be a really difficult retake? Looks unlikely. Vizzy 2-1 already. I know I've seen him on Twitter before. He has had some nasty clips, so maybe a crazy clutch here. No, that is shut down Slane going up early 2-0 here. Really, some great search, like you mentioned. They just are playing the numbers really efficiently. They find the first bloods, and then they just play the numbers. They played the trades a couple of times, and just straight up winning the gunnies. The gunnies have looked absolutely on fire here for Slane. For Houston, maybe some adjustments here after the first two rounds could really get them back into the search potentially. Definitely going to need it as we head into round 3 here.
Definitely. When it comes down to that redemption play, search and destroy is one of those modes where you can actually challenge your, opponent team in a very competitive manner. I mean, search and destroy is something that you need to win to, get that, but get up that confidence which you didn't have in the first map. But right now, Slab didn't have any idea that Shifu is just gonna be right in the corner. Slab gets punished though. Massacre is gonna be just right there to take that trade. Now in a 2v2 scenario, because we did saw Massacre all the way going down, but Critical is just going to be right there. Wizzy finds the side of Critical. Now in a 1v1 scenario, he does know the position around. Possibly will not go in to take up that bomb, but again, we did saw the side of Asian to take up that bomb play, and he's actually going to use up that small, actually a big rotation going on to all towards the side of site A, and we did saw that nade being utilized. So he didn't have any idea, just gonna be right there at A. Now he's changing up his positioning, so possibly can go in for the plant, and entire scenario can be in that post plant situation.
Yeah, this could be some nasty timing here from the window, though. If he can kind of just catch him on this plant, I don't think he's going to slide out and check. Kind of trying to watch both bomb sites still, not quite sure where he is. Now he's going to know. And this kind of sets up this 1v1 perfectly for Ascent. Just got to kind of play the clock. You really I check the bomb every 7 seconds. Other than that, he has no need to really stay near this bomb. He's going to play the bottom stage here. Check here from this is Rayo. The wall bang is
Oh,
disgusting. I think he spotted him from window. You think that was? I think that's what he picked up on was the spot from window.
yeah. I mean, that was a. We will see in that replay if we have one, but that's going to be the side of Slane to actually win back-to-back 3 rounds. That's going to be real. Coming up towards, yeah, he didn't have any idea. That was a neat trick that he played. That is like the overall game knowledge that you have when you're playing this game for so long. You know all of that, wall bank spot and everything. But that was that. Rayo was able to clutch that 2 back-to-back kills from that lad. Not a lot of those. I would say the opening picks being in favor for the side of Houston Spartans. Not a lot of that. I would say the retaliation play coming up from the side of Spartans, but they gotta find something. They gotta do something about this, because this is the second mode. You already lost back-to-back 3 rounds. If you're not able to win one, that's going to be kind of like a Slane just steamrolling their way in this game.
Yeah, they definitely are thus far. You can see, I'm going to call him critical for now. I know it's not spelled that way, but critical 6-1, absolutely putting the team on his back. And on the other side, Vizzy doing what he can. He's 3-3. The rest of the team 1-3. As we see now, a hard hit and a massacre. That is a very dangerous peak there. I got to say, that is not. Oh, man, that is a dangerous little peak. Ascent will get the first blood, though. And quick trade though, like we said, Slane very efficient on the trades. They're going to get a 2-for-1 there. Now Vizzy pops up though. Great hide from him. JV though, again, right there for the trade. Slane just dominant when it comes to, they just play the numbers so well. They're going to make a sweet rotation here over to A. I love this play. You're able to get the intel, get the kills, and now you're just able to reset to A without being challenged on the plant. Unless Slap slides out here, I don't expect that to happen, especially with critical up. Looking like another round for Slane.
1v2 now. Slap has that again, crutch potentials coming from all of these lads are insane. Slap gets one. Critical. You cannot lose that gunfight. We have seen him on critical winning a lot of those gunfights.
That's a crazy loss.
Whoa,
oh no, JV!
Whoa!
What are we doing? Why are we giving him 2 1-on-1s in the span of 10 seconds with the bomb down?
I guess that was a little bit of that miscommunication coming in from both of the players. I have a feeling about it. I can be completely wrong, but that looked like a miscommunication between these two lads, and they were just maybe I can just say, giving away that one round, maybe.
Yeah. You still feel safe. You're up 3-1. I think, unfortunately, Critical tries to go, I believe, for that window to just try to watch over. I don't think he had any idea where Slap was. That's a huge clutch for Slap, though. Gets Houston on the board here. And we'll see if they can carry that momentum. Search is definitely one of those modes. You can get momentum in. Like you saw, Slane getting 3 straight rounds. Slane, though, answers back. They're going to get a nice pick there. What a rip off the hedges.
Overall, a great play from both sides again, but Houston Spartan, just capitalizing a lot of the mistakes. Ooh, JB finds a double. Shifu goes down from the hands of Wizzy. It's going to be a 3v1 now. Last player remaining alive. The plant will definitely be kind of like affected a lot because all of the players from the side of Slane knows for a fact that the bomb has been dropped on the alleyway to just a huge long range gunfight, which can be just avoided and play time. And of course, that's what Slane is going to do. But they just need a couple of more runs on their bag, and they will be good for it. Win this entire map for their side. But for the side of Vizzy, he has to take that chance, but he doesn't have any, a lot of that time remaining. 25 seconds left on the clock as I speak. He knows for the fact there's going to be someone in the parking lot, but he's just struggling at this point of time. Finds one. Critical giving away that freebie kill, I would say, definitely. I was not expecting Critical to actually do something like that. He knows for the fact that somebody's just going to be above. Are you trying to knife him? Please, come on, no.
Yeah, he's playing the ladder. That's something we've seen a lot of BO6 with the one-hit melee and how quick the knife is. They just kind of sit on top of the ladder or the zip line and just wait for them to come up. It's a quicker kill, kind of guarantees it. And so for the side of Slane, this is just kind of dominance. They've really done a phenomenal job. First of all, like we've talked about a lot, playing the numbers. Most of all, I really like how they're playing this map. They've done a really good job being aware of where Houston Spartans are on the map and playing around that and kind of just setting up how they want to approach each team fight with that. As we see now, did they hop in the elevator there? Was that what I was seeing? They did. They took an elevator ride together. Having a little bit of fun here is Slane. I can't say I've seen this. Oh my gosh, what a freebie. Shifu sneaks up through middle, finds a kill. Flap is left here puzzled what to do. He's got players all over. I don't think he really can do much here. Ascent able to find one though. That's a big one as we head into the 3v2.
Head into 3v2. Massacre gets one, finds the side of JV, one of the, I would say, the players which has great clutch potential, great frag capabilities. But Massacre actually able to find one more. Ray goes down to go with back slap, but Massacre gets triple back to back, and that's gonna be the side of Massacre to clutch it out. Oh, Slane, now you are actually giving it up away. And Spartans are able to climb that comeback ladder slowly and steadily. 4-2 now.
Yeah, that was a huge round. I think you pointed it out perfectly. A lot of kills there. in the 3v2. They were down numbers. The bomb was down. That's not going to be an easy retake. Great job from Houston there, though. Like you said, regrouping and kind of just getting right mentally here, trying to make this comeback. Definitely gonna be tough though. I can't say that Slane is ever gonna be an easy win, especially after we saw that map one dominance. So excited to see kind of what Houston is gonna try here as we see what looks to be kind of a mid push, maybe rotate towards B late. I'm not entirely sure what they're kind of thinking here. Shifu though might get a freebie here on this backside. He is just dead sprinting here. This should be a freebie. There it is, the freebie from Shifu. They're looking for another. JV finds one. Vizzy and Massacre left to their own devices here. They do find one, though. Make this a little bit more possible. JV running at him with the knife. JV, what are we doing there? That is just not good COD. I get he was trying to go for the knife kill, but unfortunately, it does leave Vizzy now in a 1v2, which is a lot better than a 1v3 that it could have been. JV running with the knife there. And with 2 members up, it is going to be Rayo and Critical left to try to defend this. They do see the bomb down, I believe, the way they're setting up here. And so they should be able to just kind of play the trade towards the bomb. Oh my gosh, Vizzy, what are we doing? He is absolutely slamming them there. Perfect peek there on the door. And now Rayo just trying to hide in a corner and literally play the last 20 seconds out. Force Vizzy to go for the bomb and for a plant. I believe that's going to kind of be how we see this last little challenge go down. Probably just going to check the site. Vizzy, though, swings out. Oh, my gosh. What? How does he win that? Rayo had the first bullet, had the slide. What? Oh, my gosh. Break it down for me, Bullet. What are we watching here?
This is, I would say, definitely a lot of that blunder play coming up from the side of Slane, but this is some classic COD from the side of Spartan. Gotta give it up for the side of Spartan. They were actually struggling a lot when we talk about the first map. They were that team who were actually just not able to win the gunfights. You know, when it comes down to that competitive COD, the first step is you gotta win those gunfights. By hook or crook, you gotta win those gunfights. But there was that team which were not able to. But for now, it's going to be the side of Slane to kind of like really decide what they're trying to do. But Ascent, you know for a fact that you are trying to deviate the positioning around. See who gets the first blood. It's gonna get a couple of more. Critical back in the form. He actually gets down the side of Ascent, and now we see the side of Slane going to plant down the bomb at site B. Now, in a 2v4 situation, Slane has a manpower advantage, close span scenario. They just gotta wait and not give it away from what we saw in the past couple of rounds. Just wait and watch.
Yeah, this should be a lockdown round. This no doubt should push this to map point for the side of Slane. For Houston, Vizzy maybe having some tech issues here. He's in the spawn still. I'm not entirely sure what is going on with Vizzy. He was moving up and down when we went to the cam. If we can switch to, I don't know, his POV. It looks like he's having some tech issues stuck in the spawn here. JV will take down Citical. I don't know what that was about. Team kill for fun, I guess. Beef with
definitely
the team.
so fun.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Round number 8, I believe, goes the way of Slane. And it looks like Vizzy having some tech issues here. Potentially lagging out, which really would be unfortunate for the side of Houston. He has been their top frag to this point. He's 9-5. Okay, he's moving here now. Maybe he is back. This definitely would be unfortunate, though, as, again, they were coming back. And then for Vizzy to unfortunately have some sort of tech issues there, they're definitely still going. He's AFK in the spawn. So I'm not entirely sure what the ruling is going to be. But for now, we play on here. Match point for Slane.
At this point of time, Slane are definitely playing that just competitive game that they need to play. And yes, there's that one technical difficulty. We do see the side of one of the players from the side of Houston Spartan actually getting disconnected, which is kind of like unfortunate if you ask me honestly. Attacking with a man disadvantage is something that you don't want to do. Defending, of course, you can actually play your time game, but Critical finds Asin, Masker finds Critical. That's going to be a good trade game though. 2v2 now. Actually are able to do a lot of damage in that man disadvantage scenario. Shifu are able to toss one of the nades, and actually the second stun also goes down. finds the double. Rayo now actually doing something really different, but no, Rayo going down from the hands of Vizzy. Now in a 1v2. Houston Spartan actually do the impossible. Maybe Shifu in that post-plan scenario, but no, it's going to be Houston Spartan to eliminate the entire team of Slane. And now 4-5 is the score line. Houston Spartan. I was definitely not expecting the side of Spartan to win that round, if you ask me honestly, King.
No, they had Vizzy was having tech issues. He's going up and down, lagging in the spawn. No idea what's going on with him. Slap disconnects about 5 seconds into the round, and they just say, "Screw it, we're going in." They commit hard to the B site. They find the kills. Vizzy loads back in. He's up to 11-5 at this point, so he is on a tear here, and I expect to see more of that here as we get into these final potentially round or two. We could be seeing a round 11 here. I would love to see it. I know the people watching would love to see it. This has been a masterclass from the side of Houston on how to make mid-round adjustments. Just as I said, though, Vizzy, the top frag, taken down by JV.
Well play. Now it's going to be the side of Slane to plant the bomb at the site A. 2v first scenario. Slave has that map advantage. Slap is going to find one. Ooh, going to take some time to go TTK. But JV on that parking, actually on the cafe side. Slap maybe can do something wild, but no, it's going to be the side of Slane to actually win up the second map itself. And now, actually being on that thing and just being that man to press keys at the right time. But a huge shout out to everybody from the back end team as well. But for now, it's going to be the side of control. And again, I will say the same thing. It's hard, but I would love to see the side of Spartans, proving us wrong.
Yeah, this is not a good break off though. First 2 kills going straight the way of Slane there. A little bit of lag on our side, so not seeing the gameplay. Might be my computer. Apologies. 2v2 now, or 2 for 2 there. On right into the spawn goes Massacre. That is a very, very bold play. A good job by, I believe, Wu. Was he in the last game? I might have missed him last game, but Wu looking to get a kill there. He's 1-2 on the round. And for the side of Houston, this is actually a decent break off. It started off a little rough. They lost the first 2 kills, but good rebound here. Just as I say, though, 3 down in the feed for the side of Spartans. They're going to come off respawn. But Ascent, the only one left up, he finds 2. He's looking for 3. That's 3. Give him all 3 there. He is rushing towards this B side now. Not afraid, tries to go for it. He doesn't get taken down, but at the same time, Massacre did also get a 3 streak going of his own at one point. So very, very unfortunate for the Spartans that they don't quite keep him up on the streak, but more importantly, they do get the A site in the minute extension there. So very good plays so far.
Very good play from the side of Houston Spartan to actually be the team to be in the control point, and good progress, I would say, in terms of the overall spawns remaining, in terms of the overall control. But as soon as I say it's going to be the side of Wheezy to find the double, and yes, I think for a fact that there's a substitute in play, but I could be wrong. But yeah, there's a substitute in play from the side of Slane.
Plix was
definitely not there. Yeah, in the side of Slane.
I don't recognize Plix subbing in here. Maybe they're feeling confident up 2 maps, so they want to let their sub get a rep in.
Yeah, definitely.
Could be the case. It felt in control.
Yeah, when you are the winning team, you can actually make changes. So I mean, yeah, that's definitely right. And Flex actually popping off heads as soon as he comes in the game. But Shifu taking down the side of Ruizy. A lot of that action is happening towards the outskirts of the map, and Shifu actually find the flank toward both of the players running around. But when we talk about the side of Houston Spartan, they're actually in a good positioning. Overall, they're leading in the respawns lives remaining. They're actually able to get control of the first site B. So for the side of Houston Spartan, yes, they are on the right pace. So they are in the right tempo. They're setting up the overall momentum play overall from their side. Slane with no response remaining. It's 8-4 now. Of course, Slane a great, I would say, a troublesome scenario. Massacre able to find them? Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Definitely not. Not gonna happen. Shifu
just about tracked that one down.
Yeah, definitely. But Shifu gonna go out from the hands of Ascent, and that will be that. It's going to be the side of Houston Spartan to win up the first map of control. And actually, if I just leave Search and Destroy out of the pack, it's actually going to be the side of Houston Spartans to win out the first round, I would say. In the hard point, we didn't saw them controlling a lot of those kill in their favor. It's good to see Houston Spartan taking that first victory on the map of control. But hey, Slain, maybe that substitute was not a right call, but only time can tell. If they're not able to win the second round, maybe it wasn't necessary to play with that, getting that man change in the playing four.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing necessarily bad, but I think one of the big things when you sub guys in and out is you do risk not having the same team chemistry and kind of the same kind of team build with different players. Players play a little bit differently. They approach team fights, approach the map differently, and when things are clicking, it's a very bold move to someone in and take someone out when you go up 2-0, especially against a Houston Spartans team that we've seen can scrap, can get back into these games. And I definitely do fear a little bit that you're giving them an inch and they could take a mile off this. So it's definitely for the Houston Spartans a little bit of a boost to the confidence if they're able to close this one out. They did take an attacking round. I do think they should be able to close out this defensive round. Obviously, a lot of time left on this yet. 40 seconds for the side of Slain to get onto one of these zones and cap it. As I say that though, Vizzy takes one, Ascent takes one. Vizzy looking for more. He is hungry here. I don't think he's taking too well to them subbing someone in. Hopefully it was just a tech issue or someone had to run, but if they were just subbing someone in just to get someone reps, I think that Houston Spartans might take that personally and say, we are not a team you can go easy on, and they're definitely showing it here in round number 2,
Definitely.
dominant.
Definitely, at this point of time, gotta give that kudos to the side of Houston Spartan to actually capitalize on all of that plays coming on from the side of Slain. 21-14. Now again, it is going to be the side of Houston Spartan to actually first lay down on the control side A. But we do see a lot of that fight happening, and that's going to be Houston Spartan to win up this second round as well. So, boy, gotta say for a fact that Slain are actually losing control on the third map of control, losing the entire grip on the game, honestly, if you ask me. Good overall play from the side of Houston Spartan, good overall strategies. Just I would say for the time being, Spartans are just able to win those gunfights, which they're not able to do in the first map of Hardpoint. Yeah, on the map of Red Card. So overall, great play, but still there is still, I would say, some time left for the side of Slain. There's still some breathing room left out from the side of Slain. If they're able to kind of like reverse sweep from their side on this map, they're gonna end it in the 3-0 because they already have the map lead in their favor.
Yeah, I definitely is possible, but I just don't see it slap there with a nice knife, like I mentioned, on the top of the zip line. I just don't see Slain getting into this one. You look at Shifu currently double negative, and this is just going to be a struggle to get out of this. Kind of one of those. Oh, Shifu. No, not while you're double negative. Not while you're double negative. We can't do that. Can't be doing that while you're double negative, my friend. Unfortunately for him, while he is out doing devious things, his entire team drops. I absolutely, I just gotta say, as someone who coaches esports regularly, I do not like to see that when you're losing and you take yourself out of the play for 10 seconds just to do something like that. So maybe a little bit of an ego check, but nonetheless, it is Houston Spartans in absolute control here.
A very great showcase of that redemption play that you can actually do. A good one. 2-0 now, 25-15. Plix2 gets one. It's actually just the side of Plix to be somewhat positive, not exactly positive, but 12-15 when your entire team is double negative is not actually bad. So a great play from the side of Plix, but again, Slain, Houston Spartans are making good old progress on side of Site A, and they have actually taken the entire control pretty early. Now it's just going to be double take already being done from the side of Houston Spartans. They gotta find something and they gotta do something. They are almost down to just 11 spawns remaining compared to what Houston Spartan is having right now. It's almost double the numbers what they have. So maybe definitely Slain is definitely not gonna be able to win this one, I guess.
I don't see any comeback coming here. Unfortunately, I think the biggest factor is also 2 ticks down. So at this point, they're gonna have to play so close to site because if you get too far away, Houston's just gonna hop on the point of cap. So as we're seeing that now, good gunfight out of Rayo, able to get one. Now they're only down 8 lives, but a nade takes out Rayo right away. As I say that, on the side of Sling, just not the same gunnies we've seen, especially in the search. You see Shifu 8 and 18, 12 and 22 out of Citical, and Shifu once again. I don't like this. I call me I don't even know what to call me, but a pacifist, if you will. I don't know. I don't like taking people hostage when you're losing. There's something about it. Double negative out of Shifu, taking people hostage, and it is going to be, oh my gosh.
I
I
mean, this
can't.
is
I can't.
they're just having fun. Trust me. I feel like they
Yeah,
already know for a
yeah,
fact that control is
yeah.
done, and
No,
we
they're just
might.
messing at this point.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're just playing around.
yeah, having fun with it. It is what it is, and unfortunately for the side of Houston or for the side of Slane, it's absolute dominance.
We can just wait and watch and narrate the entire action.
Yeah, let's get into it though. 3, 2, 1. We are in map number 4 now. The comeback is on for Houston, but for Slane, they are looking to slam the door in their faces as we head into protocol. The early mid-gun battle goes to the side of Slane. They're able to pick up the kills, a good double from Citical, as he's able to really control this mid-map now. Slane now on to the hill to start to try to soak some of this P1 time. Massacre is going on a hunt, and he cannot find where Citical went. As Citical, though, does hop off, rotates back on, finds a third. He's on a little bit of a tear here to start the game, and it's going to give Slane just a tiny lead. This, again, P1, you're going to get a couple of seconds on both teams, but great job from Citical so far. He finds a fourth there. He's on 4. Make it 5 here. He might have a streak here very early the way he's playing.
And they need to have it. I mean, they are at map lead. Everything is favoring themselves in terms of in the overall map score. All they need to do is just kind of like just calm themselves out, play their game, play on the trade game, just win those gunfights. Basically first win those gunfights. We did saw them winning amazing gunfights on the first map of it was the Skyline. So overall, they can actually do it. But Masker coming with a multi-kill, back-to-back triple kill. Ascent can actually go down. He has the trophy system, but critical comes up. Who's down the side of Slap. And both of the players are pretty dominant with that SMG play, and Slane being that control of the hard point. Now they're 41 to 12. Yes, we do see a good retaliation coming up from the side of Slane. Compared to what we saw in the previous map of Protocol on the map of Central. Ooh,
yeah,
look at the critical, nasty play right there. And this is what I was talking about, King. They know how to actually, just calm themselves out, play on that composure play, just be cool about it. And they're doing it pretty well now.
Yeah, they're doing great here. Citical, he went pretty negative on the control, and he is coming back with a fire. He is 14 and 1 on a 7 spree again. I believe he started on a 7 or an 8 spree to start this game. So for the side of Citical, he is just really dominating Houston, putting them back into what will be a very, very tough hole to climb out of. They are up 60 here, but good signs out of Houston. They do have control over this P3. As I say that, though, they are broken. Citical does go 15 and 2, finally dropped after hitting 15. And if you can't slow them down, this is going to be a blowout. This, plain and simple, if they cannot find a way to slow this kid down, there is no way for Houston to get back into this.
Let's see. Things can go around. I mean, Houston Spartans played it pretty well on the last map, so things can actually wave around from themselves, and actually they can write that comeback story. They're about that cat and mouse play, but critical back again. Look at that. He's at 17 to 3, and nobody has even crossed 10 kills at this point of time. Leave his own team. Opponent team is not even at 9. Definitely like 4-9 from the side of Master, but Critical's just absolutely going bonkers at this point around with that SMG. Oh, and this is what they kind of actually need. Someone to step up from their team, and Critical is doing that.
This is just a takeover map for him. 20 and 4 now, does get dropped in that, but he does have we did see he has a missile in his back pocket. The way this is going, he shouldn't need to use it. He'll probably invest it at some point, but kind of one of those just save it for a rainy day type of streaks at this point. They'll be up roughly, probably, if Houston can hold this last 20 like they should, they'll be up around 60 points, give or take, maybe 50. We'll see how they hold this last 10. Should be about a 50-point difference, I guess, between these two teams. So definitely a good job on that P4 from the side of Houston to get that break and get a lot of time off of that. That was much needed for them. Now kind of in this game, still down again about 50 points, but starting to mount somewhat of a kind of a fight back, at least some resistance for the side of Slane. Slane, though, picking up a couple of kills here, looking for another is Shifu. He finds it. There's a big kill from him. He's going to clear the point. They're going to take it in everyone. But Ascent is dropping. He's got 2, looking for 3. He's traded out, and that is a very good job from the side of Slane to continue to soak this P1. They did a good job on it last time. Extend the lead back out to 60.
Ooh, 122 to 66 now. So Shifu is going to be stunned, but still finds one. Contested point, finds double, but he will eventually take it out from the side of Ascent. And a good lead, 122 to 71. This is exactly what you need right now, Slane. You just gotta be on that driver's seat for the entire game. Of course, this is that one side which is not really, I would say, very easy to take that control. A lot of that exposed angles which you need to care of. But oh ho ho, gotta say my signature when I see a dominating team like this. Ooh la la, Slane is actually going all in. 13 to 13 from the side of Shifu. Blix 10 to 8. Ryo definitely 11 to 12. Critical at 25 to 8. I mean, King, what are you gonna say about that?
I mean, a 3.0 KD
Oof.
on a hard point is disgusting work. Unfortunately for the side of Houston, Vizzy was a big part of their success on Surge, struggling a little bit here at 9 and 16, but his teammates not too far ahead. 9 and 15 out of Massacre, 14 and 19 out of Ascent, and 13 and 14 Slap, the closest to neutral. Good kills out of the side of Houston, though, to try to retake here and try to work towards a comeback. Down 70 now. But like you said, at this point, Slane, you just got to get in the driver's seat. The one thing I think I'd like to see out of Slane just a little bit better here is this P3. I'd like them to rotate for the spawns, potentially a little earlier. Now they're going to have to play for a break here onto this P3. I don't doubt they can. I would just love to see maybe a little bit of a rotation, a little bit of a sense of urgency. Don't even let this team remotely back into this game, but still very much in the driver's seat. Great plays out of the side of Slane. As I said, though, Houston walking down the P3 thus far.
Oh,
the knife is crazy on there. Shifu and Plix find 1 apiece. Now it is up to Citical and Rayo looking for the break through the back. They're going to slide on, but Ascent Deep is going to be able to get help from Slap. He finds 1. Slap will find the second. Nice double. Houston maintains control here. This is looking like a little bit of a comeback starting to mount. I'm excited to see this P4 rotation. Vizzy starting to turn up here. This is a scary spot to be in. These rotations are being won completely by Houston. That's 2 straight points they have been able to set up early on the point. And unfortunately for Slane, they're just getting dropped at the wrong time on rotation.
Oh, things can go anywhere around 170 to 152 now. Houston Spartan, you're leading that way as soon as possible. Shifu would go down from the hands of VC, finds double with that nade though. And yes, critical. Gotta make that pavement. Gotta find that opening if they want to reclaim this particular hill. He goes inside. They doesn't have any idea. Back to 1. Maybe goes down for another one, but no, it's gonna get a retaliation from his own. You're gonna get assistance from his own teammate, but Ascent is gonna be still alive. Shifu finds it's gonna be Ascent. We're gonna find Shifu. The critical coming back from the spawn finds 1. Maybe possibly use that near flash who can assist you, but Shifu gonna take down the side of ZB. Contested point. All of the 3 boys are down right. Gets a double though. Ascent doing a lot of that heavy lifting for his team. Massacre comes from behind, gonna drop that. Audio is gonna be given away. Shifu goes down, and still is gonna be Houston Spartan to actually make that comeback in that entire hard point. 156 leading now against Slane.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Those rotations are going to be key, especially into P3 and P4, and it bites Slane in the back. Also, Houston, the Gunnies are heating up here. Man, I am excited to see these last 100 points from both these teams. As I said, though, Slane takes everyone down. We're going to see another lead change here. Vizzy, though, trying to shut that down. Finds 1 before being traded out. And this is, again, really pretty hard point from the side of Houston. They just have played this extremely well to get themselves back into it. But Slane just gunning left and right. Citical is now on 34 kills here, as well as a minute 35 on time. He is doing it all. if I am cynical, I am trying everything I can to get my team fired up and into this game because this is definitely one I feel they should win. Houston is not going down easy. A lead change once again in favor of Slane. We've seen it go back and forth on this P1. Slane should be able to rotate over this P2 if they time this right. They've got a couple of kills. They should have the early break on to P2. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. Plix finds another. Rayo finds one, and that's enough for Slane to have this opening P2 time.
Definitely, things can go anywhere now. This can be super, super close, my friends. Houston Spartan find to this one to equalize that entire map score. Team Fu gets the headshot on Slap. Of course, a contested point. Nope. Wheezy and the Massacre is gonna assist that takedown. 191 to 174. Spartans still got to do a lot of that heavy lifting for themselves. Just take back the control. Planks finds a double. He's gonna find back-to-back 5 kills now, though, being on that under that streak kill. As you can see, Plix finds that 6th. Oh boy, he's on a roll now. Pretty good. No sort of fact there's going to be somebody beat down. Shifu is going to remain alive. Finds the side of Asen. Finds double. Mascot also goes down. Plix know for a fact that there's going to be someone up onto that second floor using that grapple. Is going to find Slap and goes down. 209 to 182. Slane's going to be that team to find that 200 pointer. And of course, being on that super pack leading way, 3 of the boys from the side of Houston Partner are moving in a pack 28-31. Of course, that kill that ratio is something which is not going to really matter at this point of time. You got to take that control of that entire hill as soon as possible, where Slane is actually capitalizing a lot of that effort and which is actually providing those results as well for them, the entire team. 232 to 182 now.
Yeah, looks like they're about to close this out, potentially on P3, if not P4. For the side of Slane, I really like the adjustment there. They did rotate this last P3. They did really good job controlling the spawns.
Yeah.
And this should just about lock it down. Last 5 seconds, last ditch, Ascent, run for it, go for it. Plix, though, he's going to call in the Cruise, cut off any reinforcements. Ascent does get in, but yeah, that Cruise is going to shut things down. And it's Slane, your victors tonight, 3